Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucky Buddha Mushroom Farm. Today I'm going to show you a couple recipes that you can use for blue, white, gold oyster mushrooms. Difference is just a little, to me, texture. The gold is the softest texture. White would be somewhere in the middle, and the blue becomes a little bit more firm. They take on the profile, the flavor profile of anything you season them with. I'm going to keep it real simple. I'll start out with a hot pan, and this time I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil to get that warmed up, and then after I see that really warmed up, I'll throw in about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to start with the blue here, and I cut these off at the caps. The stems on the blue are kind of chewy. It's good to make a stock with. You know, if you go on YouTube, there's tons of recipes for oyster mushrooms. So these are just a couple simple ones. You can get as fancy as you want to. You can start using creams and exotic onions, etc. Oh, and here's the part for the stock. Okay, now I have these. The other ingredients I'm going to be using is butter, garlic, and onions. And then after they're cooked to the texture that I like, I'll hit them with the steak seasoning. You want to cook these for quite a while. They take longer to cook than button or portobello mushrooms. So go ahead and get these guys in there. Yeah, if you season them too early, you'll burn the seasoning in the pan. So there's that. Here's the butter. Onion. And last but not least, I'm not going to use all this garlic. I know some of you out there probably would, but I have another recipe I'm going to make and use the rest of this garlic for. At this point, you could just hit it with salt and pepper, or do what I do. I use the steak seasoning when it's a little more brown. So, okay guys, it's been about 8 to 10 minutes that these guys have been cooking. I always recommend pulling one out first and giving it a sample to see if it's the texture you like. Very good, very good. Crank that heat up real quick, and you can use the salt or pepper now, or do like I'm doing, which I love, is the steak seasoning. Give it a little toss. All those look good. Can't really go wrong with garlic and onions and butter and olive oil. Okay, so that's it. You can put this on a burger or a steak, over grilled chicken, or just do vegetarian, put it over pasta. If you're going to do vegetarian, depending on what kind of vegetarian you are, you could leave the butter out and just use the coconut oil or whatever you like. Alright, so that's a real simple recipe, and that works for a lot. And there we have it. That would be great on top of some linguine, maybe a white sauce.